All right, guys, next on the topic is Gotham Knights, the video game. All right, Gotham Knights, a video game. Rob, I am not a gamer. I'm not someone that traditionally loves to jump on a console and starts pushing buttons. I will leave this to you. I know very little, very, very, very little about this game going in. I know it's tied to Court of Owls. Especially the end of the trailer introduces the Court of Owls. I don't know if the previous game introduced the Court of Owls. I know it was leading up to it, but the Court of Owls is a hugely popular storyline in the comics and in amongst fandom. What can you tell us about this game and how it ties into other stories?
Well, ultimately, what's interesting is that it does follow a separate timeline from the Rocksteady Batman games, because Rocksteady did create games, which was the much loved Arkham trilogy, which is the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and then finally Arkham Knight. So this game actually does not follow that continuity. Rocksteady has their own thing going on, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, this is following a very different continuity, but it does look like the mechanics stay somewhat true, to what Rocksteady did. Especially, you see it more so, especially with Batgirl, and with Nightwing. They do kind of look like they operate the way that they did in the Rocksteady games, because while you weren't able to play with them as main characters, at least Nightwing, because you did get to play as Nightwing, you he does seem to move the same way, and he uses his escrimas the same way, while Batgirl very much looks and maneuvers, especially when she zip lines, the way that Batman did. So it looks like there's a lot of borrowing here in terms of the game itself. But yeah, this is a city where Batman is dead. And the Court of Owls is a very real threat. And if you haven't read that storyline, highly suggest it, because it is deep. How far the Court of Owls actually goes. It's kind of like an old ancient group that just has been in Gotham like forever. But the game itself just looks fan-frickin-tastic.
Were there any surprises about the game that jumped out that you weren't expecting?
Yeah, the fact that Red Robin apparently teleports, it looks like he teleports. That was very odd. That stood out a lot to me. So I mean, unless there's some trick that he does that I'm not aware of, but I don't remember anyone teleporting like that. But yeah, apparently Red Robin can. But I was surprised that we had that they brought in Red Robin and Red Hood. I thought that was actually interesting, but it only caught me by surprise because I thought it was following the Arkham continuity. Because for those that played Arkham Knight, Red Hood was, spoiler alert, Red Hood was the bad guy.
Dun, dun. Well, I think if you know anything about Red Hood, you know that he's the bad guy. If you know anything about the Red Hood.
Yeah, but it's cool because they brought him in as his vigilante self, which is great because that version of him does exist in the comic books, and he's such a fan favorite. People are dying to see Jensen Ackles voice him. I don't know if he has yet, but I know people really want him to do it.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing.
Sorry, not to voice him. They want him to play him.
Okay,
live action.
Well, because I know he's leaving Supernatural and he's jumping into The Boys. Right. He's playing Soldier Boy. Not Soldier Boy, but yeah, he's playing Soldier Boy. Well, what if he was playing Soldier Boy and he just did that little Superman dance?
I think that would be a great addition.
That would be fantastic. I would love for that to be the advertisement for season 3 of The Boys. I think, wouldn't that?
I'd watch it.
That'd be great.
Immediately.
Anyway, guys, what do you think of the new Gotham Knights video game? Were there any surprises that caught you off guard? Was a lot of this straightforward? Were you expecting this? Were you expecting the Court of Owls? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys, moving on.